Hi, Peter King with the MMQB here, and welcome to One-on-One with Peter King, presented by the new Windows. You know, Super Bowl's a great time. You get to see a lot of people who just sort of wander into your world. And this week, I managed to talk to Joe Montana, the four-time Super Bowl champion, and he enlightened me about all things Super Bowl. I've got to ask you, growing up in Monongahela, was Joe Namath a big deal to you?
Oh, yeah, definitely. You know, he came on just in those early years of mine, were most impressionable, and he was having his heyday was going on. So also being from the area, just outside of Pittsburgh, sort of like myself, was a big also draw. So, yeah, it was fun. Both those guys, even Swanee, I grew up watching him and Bradshaw and go at it and go through those ups and downs and then win.
Would you have been in high school when the start of their dynasty happened?
Pretty much.
72, 73, 70.
I'm still a Steeler fan. I grew up, once a Steeler fan, always a Steeler fan. I grew up there. Like I said, I watched them go from the basement to the top of the world. So it's hard to get that out of your blood.
Joe, you now were pretty far removed from your 4 Super Bowls, and I wondered, how much do you watch the game? How much do you follow the game? How much do you still like football?
I love football. I mean, I played it since I was 8 years old, and it's really hard. You can't get it out of your blood. Once you've been in it, and once you've played on Sunday afternoon, and especially in this game, I just wish people could play one game on a Sunday afternoon, win or lose, just to go through and see what it's like. And then you would never, ever hear anyone say, why doesn't he just retire? Because you just want to play as long as you can. Because when you leave, it's done. There's no going out and get a pickup basketball game or a pickup baseball game. Half of us can't run from here to that wall. So, but we enjoyed our time, and the game is just so addicting.
It's funny, Phil Simms said at the end of his career, he said, so sad to be leaving the game at a time when now I know that nobody can do anything that'll surprise me. And he said, I just wish that I had a few more years that I could play, because mentally I really know everything,
Yeah, especially at the quarterback position. They always, that word young and dumb, certainly, that's what happened. You find out that, it was a lot of fun when I first started, but wow, it got a little bit easier as it went on. But the physical part of it just kind of, wears on you.
Peyton Manning at age 37 now, the way he played this year when you watched him. Greg Knapp, who was in training camp, I believe, with you, with the 49ers one year. He was trying to make the team. And I asked Knapp what he thought of Manning, even though maybe he's only 80 or 85% of what he was, strength-wise. And he goes, I learned when that one year when I was in camp with the 49ers that you definitely do not need to have a Drew Bledsoe arm, the best arm in the league. You just have to be smart. He said, that's what Joe Montana taught me.
Well, if you look at it, and somebody told me this, and I haven't seen it or I haven't looked out. Someone said, well, most of Peyton's throws are 30 or 28. I think it was even 28 yards and under. Well, and if you look at any quarterback, how many times do you ever see the ball thrown over 45 yards? And then start thinking, how many times is it ever thrown over 50 yards or 55? You can't always throw it hard. You have to have touch. You have to throw it out in front of people, let them run into the ball sometimes. And sometimes you got to throw it to one shoulder or another. And so you have to be accurate. If you can be accurate, you can make it a long time.
Our thanks to Joe Montana, and thanks to you for watching One-on-One with Peter King, presented by the new Windows.